welcome to the first episode of Dear to Me Knits podcast of 2019. I am super excited, and it's been almost a month since I last recorded, I guess, so I kind of feel a little weird. It's been a little bit, but yeah, we had a good New Year's. The kids tuckered out pretty early, so we didn't do a big fancy countdown or anything, but they had fun, and we did a little Netflix countdown for the baby, which he was super excited about, with all of our little hats and noisemakers and whatnot. And Christmas was amazing. I got some pretty awesome knitty presents and got to spend a ton of time with my family. I kind of quit doing Vlogmas for a multitude of reasons. One being that my family is really ornery. So I was having a hard time getting video where there wasn't like quite a bit of cursing. And we also did quite a bit of drinking, so there was some of that. And you know, it was just, I decided to stop stressing about getting video and start just enjoying the moment. I visit my family fairly often, but, you know, especially during the holidays and everything, I just really felt like, you know what, I'm just gonna enjoy this and not add extra stuff. So I'm sorry I did not finish out Vlogmas, but I did post the highlights of my family opening their gifts on my Instagram stories, and I might throw some pictures up at the end of Dad, especially in his sweater, and Mom loving on her blanket and everything. And yeah, everybody loved their gifts, and I was just so excited and happy to see them opened and enjoyed. So that was really, like, I almost cried pretty much every time, and I was just so proud and happy. So that was really, really great. And yeah, the big kids got TVs for Christmas, so they pretty much, like, my daughter has not left her bed the entire Christmas break. She just lays in bed and watches her YouTube people that she watches, so whatever. It's been a slightly restful break. Of course, the baby is still the crazy baby, but you can't really get around that. But okay, so I have a couple of finished-ish objects which I did not organize in any sort of fashion. I made two scrubbies out of my, it fell down the stairs and got all unraveled. Out of my scrubby cotton, Red Heart scrubby cotton. I made two scrubbies. One of them is dirty in my sink because I started using it right away. And it's amazing. I don't know if I will give any more of this away. I made one more. I finished it last night and immediately handed off to my mother-in-law. She came over for New Year's Eve because she wanted me to make her hot buttered rum. So I happily obliged. So we put away some rum last night, and it was fun. But yeah, so I finished that and gave it to her. But yeah, they're just, I don't know, probably about 4-inch square. I loosely used the Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth pattern. The only change I made is, instead of doing a yarn over as the increase, I did a knit front and back. Reason being, first of all, I feel like doing a yarn over kind of almost creates like a perforation there. Like, it's a point of weakness where it's going to be really easy for that dishcloth, which obviously is going to be put to work, like a lot of work. That just creates a really easy spot for it to unravel, to, you know, break or whatever. But also, I just wanted something that was a little easier to kind of mindlessly knit. And if you do the yarn over, you have to continue the yarn overs as you're decreasing, which means you have to decrease twice in order to keep that nice yarn over going. And I was like, you know what, if I do a knit front and back, then all I have to do is a slip slip knit, and there you go. So it was just a little slightly less fiddly, and I was all for that. So that's what I did. I think what I did was knit until 25 stitches across and then decrease back down to 4 stitches. So yeah. And that was on size 4 needles, but I think from now on I'm going to use a size 3, just to make it slightly denser since it is scrubby. I really like the feeling like it's almost what's the word I'm looking for? A little stiffer, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like something you buy at the store. So anyway, I got those done. I have a finished-ish object, which I was totally gonna... Yeah, hang on, just one sec. Look at my pretty yarn, isn't it pretty? I have such a lovely shelf of yarn. Okay. I have a finished-ish object. I've had these done for a couple days, actually, but I need to weave in the ends, which I have not felt like doing. So, let me slip these on the old blocker for you. Which, okay, I have a little, these are the Knit Pro, or Knitter's Pride. These are the Knitter's Pride sock blockers off Amazon. These are supposed to be a men's large, and they fit my socks. I wear a 6.5 in ladies. So, I feel like this is not accurate sizing on these. This is a large sock blocker, and I don't feel like it's very large. And the women's small fits my kids' feet, and my daughter wears a size 1, so I don't know. I'm not mad because my socks fit on this and my kids' socks fit on the other ones, but I bought them for the small for my socks and the large for my husband's socks. So now they don't get any bigger than this. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money to buy a blocker big enough for my husband's socks, because he is a man and has man feet. But anyway, so this is hang on, I got some somewhere. Oh, I rearranged my sock yarn stash a little bit. Okay, so this is Patton's Croy Socks FX in the Clover Colors colorway, and I cast on 56 stitches at the, I cast on, I don't even freaking remember, 10 stitches maybe, 12 at the toe. I really don't remember. I could probably count. Don't feel like it though. Increase for the toe, then knit up to, I talked about this on my last podcast, I think, maybe. So what I did was, I really wanted a heel flap and gusset. I really did not want any sort of short row heel or afterthought heel on this sock. So I had a pair that I had done top down with a heel flap and gusset. So I just put them on and kind of stuck a pen through, like in between a couple of stitches where the gusset ended, and then tried the toe of this sock on until it reached that point. Started increasing for the gusset, and then I use the Knit Freedom, I will link this below, I use the Knit Freedom tutorial on how to do a toe up gusset and heel flap sock. And then I just knit until it was, until it reached kind of the base of my calf, and then threw some ribbing on it, and there you go. It's pretty. Now there's this weird line right here. That is actually not from the heel flap and gusset messing up the stripes. It is where I joined in new yarn, because as it turns out, one ball of this will not make 2 socks for me. It will for my kids, but not for me. So I had to join a second ball, which means I don't know, it kind of is cute how it goes across like that to me. and then it kind of is mirrored on either side. I think that's kind of cool. But I had to go and buy another ball because I promised my daughter socks in this colorway. But I also kind of tricked her, which I will show you in a few minutes. Super excited about it. But yeah, so these are just some good old vanilla socks for me. And I need to weave in the ends because I'm dying to wear them. I love hand knit socks. I'm kind of a spoiled turd. And I don't want, like, I like knitting socks for my kids and my husband and other people, yada yada. But really, I just want them all to be for me because they're so nice. It feels so good. So, there's that. And my scrubbies, I don't have to show you, so I'm really sorry about that. And, okay, I have a, well, oh, that can go back on the shelf. It's not a hoe. It's like a, it's, I don't know. Okay, so, well, we're going to call it a hoe. Stay. Sorry. Oh, let me get it. I put everything so far away from where I'm sitting. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so I am knitting the, oh, I was going to bring my, okay, I'll put a picture in. They're the Meowkisons. I don't remember who the designer is. The pattern is sold on the KnitPicks website. And they're super cute. So they're just like a little slipper, but then they have like a little cat whiskers and a little cat nose, embroidered on the top, like on the top of the foot. So these look super tiny, but since it's garter stitch, like they grow massively and they actually fit my daughter really well. Do I have a small blocker down here? I might. Let me look. Yeah, I do. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to cut out all that walking or not. I'm kind of being annoying in the background. So. I'm telling you, it's been a minute, and I feel like I am just like peak obnoxious today, so that's cool. Get over there. So yeah, so they actually stretch quite a bit. So, and they're supposed to fit kind of ankle-y like that. If I knit these again, which I most likely will, this blocker is a tiny bit bigger than my daughter's foot, so it's not quite so bad on her. What this pattern calls for bulky weight yarn, and it comes in like adult sizes. So what I did was I used this yarn, Cascade Cherub Aran in color 32, Cotton Candy. This is some deep stash that I've had for a really long time. And so it says that it's Aran, but it really gets more of a worsted gauge in my opinion. So it is a tiny bit smaller than what I wanted. I think it does fit pretty tightly on her foot, and I kind of wanted it to fit snugly, but not so snugly that she's going to outgrow them really soon. But I don't know, we'll see. They're super quick to knit, so if I have to make another one down the road, then that's fine. I knit this one yesterday, and I started working on this one today. I'm doing magic loops, so it looks kind of weird because it's like all folded funky. But, so I got the top of the foot done, and now I'm working on the sole of the foot. Sorry, interrupted by a baby, or a kid, not a baby, but, so yeah, so I'm working on the sole of the foot. I'll probably have this finished tonight. And actually, these ends are woven. I just need to trim the extra. So hopefully by tomorrow, these will be totally finished. You know, I need to put the little kitty face on, but I will, if I haven't already, in editing, I will make sure I get a picture of what those look like on the screen. So yeah, so those are moccasins for Lydia, and I said I tricked her. I saw these and I was like, oh, she's gonna flip. Those are made out of bulky weight, worsted weight yarn, and they're gonna take no time, so I can hurry up and make those for her, and then it's back to socks for me, right? Or whoever, you know. Everybody always wants socks from me. It's like, you know, I have feet too. And I decided last year that I was going to be a selfish knitter, and I'm really liking that lifestyle. I like being a selfish knitter, so, you know, I don't want to make you stuff. I want to make me stuff. Speaking of making me stuff, I have cast on not one, but 2 sweaters. Oh yeah. So, first up, I told you all, where is the, oh, there it is. That I was joining the 16 weeks of Weekender Cal. So I have not started week 2 yet because I kind of got sucked into that moccasin yesterday. But I did cast on for the ribbing and, get both sides done. So this week the the next step is to join these hems and start working in the round. So I'll show you these. Got my little hems here, my 2 little, my front hem and my back hem. There, and they look super tiny. My mother-in-law's like, that's a sweater for you. I'm like, yeah, but they stretch. It'd be alright. So I will probably join these in the round tonight. I'm probably gonna, since it's just stockinette, probably gonna keep this in the baby's room to work on during nap time and bedtime, because I kind of just sit. If you've watched my Vlogmas, you know I kind of just sit there with him while he falls asleep, because I'm a helicopter mom like that. So, so that's gonna be, which is something that for kind of just for my sake, in organizing the information that I share on the podcast, I'm gonna start dividing my whips up into like what's in the baby's room, what's on the couch, what's in the car, because those are kind of my 3 main projects that I have going at all times. I usually keep a pair of socks in the car for out and about and sitting in the car waiting, knitting. Then I always keep usually a garment on the couch, and then something garter or stockinette in the baby's room. Those dishcloths, those little scrubby dishcloths, were baby's room projects. It took me about 2 days to make one. One day, nap and bedtime, I increased, and then the next day, nap and bedtime, I decreased. There you go. So, I'll probably make a lot of those, but for right now, my weekender is just stockinette, so that's going to be a really nice, just chill, mindless, nap time, you know, pick me up there. And the other thing that I am keeping on the couch is my, I got a mess of yarn all wadded up here. My Birkin sweater by, oh, I did not share the yarn of the weekend. Okay, so hang on before I get too far into the Birkin. I'm going to go back. This is, let me see. Yes. Sweet Skein of Mine. She has new labels now that are super cute, but this is kind of, I've had this yarn for almost a year. Sweet Skein of Mine, and I bought it specifically for a weekender, so it's about time I got started, yeah? Sweet Skein of Mine worsted, 100% superwash merino, in the vintage love letter colorway. So there's some really nice hot pink, and then like, let me see if I can find a good swath of it here. So yeah, some like mossy green, and then little tiny bits, flecks of yellow, and little flecks of brown. And it knits up absolutely gorgeous. It looks really pretty on the ribbing, but I'm excited to see what it's going to look like on stockinette as well. I don't know why I'm putting that in my bag. Put it back in here where I've got the rest of it. I am going to start alternating skeins, so I do need to wind up another skein for the body. It doesn't look like it would pull too bad, but I mean, it doesn't bother me to alternate skeins at all, so I figure why not. But yeah, so it does have some nice texture to it. Texture is not the right word. Color, whatever. The you know, just little flecks, and I really like that kind of dappled look. I think that's really pretty. So I'm super excited to get that underway a little bit more. And now, my Birkin by Caitlin Hunter. Oh, The Weekender's by Andrea. Everybody knows who The Weekender is by. It's by Andrea Mowry. I'm almost done with the color work on this beauty. So this is center back, and this is the front. There are some short rows before you start the color work to make the neck a little bit higher in the back, which I super duper love. And then, yeah, so the main color is Barrett Wool Co. Wisconsin Woolen Spun in the Oats colorway. And man, you can tell that's packed in there. The hole just stayed perfectly open. Nothing collapsed because it's all just like packed in there. I did get my Noro up there. So that's my not make 9 whole cubby, but kind of like that is all earmarked already. So so yeah, Barrett Wool Co. And then I have 4 different colors of do I have one with it? Yeah. Ralma Phenol Garn that I got from my wool swap partner last year. And she has been so patiently waiting for Christmas to be over so I could start the sweater. She's like, is it time yet? Oh my goodness, I want to see that knit up so bad. So, and it's really funny. I'm sure she did not plan this, but the colors that she sent me are almost the exact same colors that Caitlin Hunter used in the design. So I thought that was really funny. I was like, do I want to do that? And I was like, you know what? I like it. Why not? So the green, okay, I'll show you. The green actually is like almost totally flat, and I really love it. Then you get into this, and the parts where it's only 2 colors look fairly nice because I can do them both in my left hand. But where there's 3 colors and I had to use both hands, it's just kind of puckering. I don't know how I feel about it. After I finish this, okay, so I'm waiting for another 40-inch cord because I do not have, my 40-inch cord is on my Weekender. So I've got to get that before, because I'm at an increase row, and if I increase any more on this, then I'm just gonna feel claustrophobic about it, and I don't want to mess with it. So I'm kind of at a standstill on this until that cord comes, probably Thursday. I'm hoping tomorrow, but probably Thursday. But after I finish the increase row and finish the green section on the bottom, then I'm going to either steam block it or like just actually block it and see what it looks like. And if it looks bad, yay for practice. I'll rip it out and try again. Yeah, that 3 color the 3 color sections just really bummed me out. I didn't particularly enjoy it. And I felt like I was in the groove, and I would kind of like smooth out the section that I had just knit and look at it and be like, oh yeah, that looks good. That looks really great. And then a few rows later, I'd be like, why is that puckering? Oh. Somebody that I follow on Instagram, oh, who is it? The Stoned Knitter, I think. She made, I want to say it's the, oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't even. I think it was the Xtina cropped sweater, but do not hold me to that. Anyway, she, oh my gosh, she personalized it and did like a murderino, whatever, like saying on it. It's seriously like mind-blowing goals sweater. It's beautiful, but after she had finished her yoke, she noticed some puckering, and she was really upset about it, and so she laid hers out and steam blocked it, and lo and behold, it looked gorgeous and perfect after she steam blocked it. So fingers crossed that I have that same luck. May the knitting gods be with me on that one. But you know what? I mean, I'm still a super duper beginner colorwork knitter, and I don't, in this condition, I honestly don't know how proud I would be to wear it. But I know even if it still puckers a little bit, it'll lay better. And so I'm just kind of holding on to that. And eventually I'm hoping that all of my colorwork can be as nice, unblocked as that green is. Because I was, you know, I knit that green and I was like, dang. I got it going on. This sweater is going to be amazing. It's going to be perfect. And then I got into 3 color stuff and I was like, it sucks and I'm so bad at it. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm optimistic. Trying to hold on to hope. But, like I said, if it's just totally sucks, then I'll write back and hopefully learn from my mistake. I've been watching, like obsessively watching colorwork knitting videos for tips and everything, so it'll be okay. You know, my goal this year was to perfect my colorwork knitting, and you can't get better if you're not bad first. So there you go. So I think that's all of my whippy whips. And oh boy, do I still have some more content for you. Oh. Okay, so first things first, for Christmas, I got a couple things as gifts. One of them made me cry like a lot. I asked for it, so I knew I was getting it, but okay, so she ordered it last minute because, it's my mom. My mom ordered it last minute because she orders everything last minute. That's how she Christmas shops. So, she was like, listen, Amazon says it's probably not going to be here till the 27th, so I'll just find a way to get it to you, and I'm really, really sorry. And I was like, don't worry about it, you know, it's all good. Seriously, I've wanted these needles for like 6 or 7 years, so if I have to wait a few extra days, hey, you know. And then she gave me this sweater, which look at these blouson sleeves. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. So she gave me this sweater, and then in the very bottom of the bag there was this flat little package that is a Haya. So okay, so Hayas, I love ChiaoGus. Don't get me wrong. I really like ChiaoGu needles. I like the cables, but they can be a little stiff. And if you're working in magic loop, sometimes it's a pain in the butt. So Haya needles have a little bit more of a flexible cord that I really, really, really like. especially for socks. Like, I will never use any other needle for socks. His are my dream needles for socks. But I really have wanted an interchangeable set for a long time. And even though I'm crazy and buy massive amounts of yarn, somehow it never, like, I'll just, 150 bucks? Okay, yeah, buy all that yarn. But I'm never like, $90, $100? Yeah, buy those interchangeable needles. Don't ask. My brain is, I don't understand. But anyway, so I just was always like, oh, they're so expensive, yada, yada, yada. And I never bought them, so my mom bought them for me. And I have my Birkin and my Weekender both on some of these right now. It comes in the set, hang on, what's the largest size that it has in it? Size 8. So it comes with a 2 through 8. I think these are 4-inch needles, maybe, yeah, 4-inch needles. Hopefully I put those back in the right place because I just kind of jabbed them in there. But I absolutely love this. So it covers them up so they're all nice and encased. And then this little thing up here is good for, you know, notions or, you know, your little keys. And yeah, I have a key in here. Your little keys. And little rubber grippies to help you twist the needles. And that's another thing I really, really like about these needles. Here, I'll show you. I'll demonstrate really quickly. On the back is storage for cables. So I've kept all of mine in their little individual baggies, but I'll pull one out because I want to show you. A lot of times, like on my Chagu needles, there's not really any buffer between the end of the needle and the start of the thread. So as soon as it starts untwisting, like it's threads. You're gonna untwist super fast. This has a really long. See if it'll, a really long threads, part, screw, whatever you want to call it, on it. But when you start screwing it in, then it's got this little buffer zone right here where you can feel the gap before it's truly, like, basically unscrewed, which I just think is really, really nice. And it's also, some of these are really hard to screw on, which is annoying, but it's also nice because it just gives you that feeling of security that these aren't just gonna, like, all willy-nilly undo, which frankly, I have a couple of Chagu tips and cords, and I feel like they do unscrew kind of easily, especially if you're working in magic loop. So I really like having that feeling that they're gonna hold on for dear life. It makes me happy. So I am obsessed with these, and like I said, I was not expecting to see them in that bag, and so as soon as I saw, like, the red in the bottom of the bag, I was like, ha, 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 ha. And my mom's just like looking at me like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, she was just like, I know, you're welcome. So I think every year I cry at Christmas over something. My family totally gets a kick out of finding new ways to make me cry. It's ridiculous. My sisters go, like, if one of my sisters, we draw Secret Santa siblings every year, just to, I mean, there's 4 of us, so you can spend $50 on one sibling or like $20 on 3. It's nicer, you know, it feels more fun to spend a lot of money on one person. So if she gets me, like, her goal is to find something to make me cry, and she'll tell me, like, she'll hand it to me and be like, that's the one that makes you cry this year. I'm like, thanks a lot for that. So yeah, Mom was the one to make me cry this year, so props, Mom. She's not watching, but good job. So my sister, who got me as a secret sibling this year, bought me this beautiful skein. This is from Sorella's Handmade Home Fibers. Her label is super pretty, and then it even has a little matching sticker to close the thing. And this is her plain old sock base in the Grace Kelly colorway. It's this really pretty pale pink and great. That is like exactly, that's very, very true colors. And then it's got some nice speckly spots in there. I don't know if I follow her on Instagram, but I really need to get on that because she does some good work. Although I'm on a yarn diet this year, so maybe I don't need to follow her on Instagram. Maybe that would just cause me great amounts of pain. Who knows? But yeah, so I love this. And my dad was making fun of me because as soon as I got it, I was like, what do I have in my stash that I could put this with? And my dad was like, I can just see your wheels turning. I was like, it's pretty. He's like, yeah, do you know what you're going to make with it yet? I was like, I'm thinking about it. So it was super funny. So I'm going to put that up. You know me. Oh, it's too pretty to stay on the floor for 2 weeks until I get ready for my next podcast and go, who made this mess? And then the camera zooms in close on my face. Has anybody seen the big comfy couch? That's that reference. Maybe you don't get it. I don't know. Okay. I bought a bunch of stuff at Michael's. They were having a super duper humongo yarn sale. And I was thinking about, like, what do I really, really, really want to make next year? And do I have what I need to make it? Because this is a chance to get the yarn I need for not a lot of money. And, what was I going to say? Yeah, get the yarn I need for not a lot of money. And I need to go before the end of the year and just make sure, like, I feel set to, like, really and truly not buy anything until I go to Stitches Midwest in August. And I am going to start putting money back for that so that I, is that like a weird shadow? I guess it is. Putting money back for that so that when I go, like, I'll just be able to, like, make it rain, you know. Get, like, all the yarn I want. And then I'm back on a diet until I buy my Advent yarn calendar, which will be my yay you did it gift to myself for next year. So that's my plans. I'll probably go to Hoosier Hills Fiber Festival in June. It's June or July. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Probably won't go to Kentucky this year. But you know, I would rather spend all the money in Chicago and not do, you know, like a little bit of money at 3 different festivals. But we'll see. I have some ideas for Hoosier Hills about a podcaster lounge that I'm kind of talking to Chevy Rell and the Fat Squirrel about, and I also need to message Pineapple Knits and see what she thinks about that. We really need to gang up and like find a way to contact the people and be like, so we think this is a cool idea, what do you think? And like, I'm nobody, but if Amy Beth and Chevy Rell are like, us too, we like that idea, then, you know, maybe they'll be like, well, if you guys like it, and we'll do it. So we'll see. Amy and Chevy are both like, that sounds fun, just let me know. So we'll see. Anyways, so at the top of my list for things I want to knit that I don't have the yarn for yet is the Knittorious RBG sweater. Now, I had mentioned using what was left of Dad's Stramoy cardigan, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, you know what? Even if that is on the lighter side of bulky, that's still like the heavier side of Aran, and it calls for worsted weight yarn. So that's not going to work. And I could do like an extra small instead of a small, and it might be fine. But this was $9, and I only needed one. So I was like, all right. So I got this. It is Lion Brand Pound of Love, which I don't remember what podcaster it was that I saw. I need to go back and look. If I can find it, then I'll put it here. But there's another podcaster who recently is like, you know what? There's a lot of people who knit on a budget, and like it's really nice that we can support indie dyers and buy, you know, hand-dyed, indie-dyed yarn and yarn from small mills and everything, but that's expensive. And, you know, there's people out there that just can't ball on a budget, or, you know, ball on the budget that I am so lucky to have. And so I kind of like the idea of making something super duper awesome out of Pound of Love, because $9, you know? And, you know, if you're a teenager just starting out with knitting and you really like that sweater, but you can't afford to buy, you know, however many skeins of Barrett Wool Co. or, you know, Brooklyn Tweed or whatever, then this is an option for you. And, you know, if other people are making that look good and be normal, you know, like you don't have to spend $8 bajillion to knit a sweater, I like that. I'm normally not a huge like cheerleader for acrylic yarn, but I knit with it. And yeah, so this is the charcoal colorway, and it's, you know, it's heathery, but it's definitely, it's showing up lighter on camera. I mean, it's like almost black, but it definitely has just like the slightest bit of heatheriness to it to make it charcoal instead of black, which I like. It's fine. It's good. It's all good. I don't have any more room up there. This needs to go back with this, because that's the only yarn that I have left that I need in that sweater right now, besides my main color. So, come here, Pom-Pom. You can go right here. Good little Pom-Pom. My little Chesil. I still haven't gotten some eyes for my little Chesil yet. So then I got a crap ton of sock yarn. Y'all, like, so much sock yarn. I'm gonna see if I can hold it all in my hands at once. But when it's $4 a ball, $5 a ball, like less than $6 a ball, you gotta buy it. You gotta scoop that stuff up. So hang on, I almost have it all. I am so gluttonous. Okay. Let's put that one right there. I'm gonna make it work. Pa-pa! Yeah. Oh yeah. So I bought a lot of sock yarn. Let's go through this pile here. I learned my lesson. I started buying Croy in 2s. So I got this Croy Socks FX in the camo colorway. Super pretty. It's like a tan and a brown and an army green and kind of like a steely blue. and it does the self-striping like my almost finished socks do. So I really like it. Very, very, very excited. And as much as I have like hellacious sweater plans, I also am really looking forward to knitting all the socks this year. And they will probably start being the project that I keep in the baby's room, because I just knit vanilla socks. So, you know, it's really easy to just keep those in there because stockinette is, you know, pretty simple. If it's a little dark, you know, it's not going to be a huge deal. Although I did get a new nightlight that is slightly brighter and in a different part of the room, so that's better. You don't need to know about nightlights, but there you go. So then I got these. This is kind of a super dark gray, kind of a periwinkle blue, a navy blue, and a pink plied together. Very, very cute. And this is the Cameo Colors Cameo Colors colorway, also on Patons Kroy Socks FX. Oh, Lord. Alright, then this is just good old Patons Kroy socks. And this really cute, so there's yellow, white, kind of a sky blue, and a pink, and a lime green, self-striping. And this is Sweet Stripes. I got two. So, got those. Stay. I have more, but I didn't show them on the podcast. I showed them on the Vlogmas episode. So I'm not going to rehash those, but I do have a pretty nice sock yarn stash going. Now, I only bought one ball of the Lion Brand Sock Ease because these balls are, oh, come on. Don't be obnoxious. Stay in your cubby. Okay. These are 50 grams. And this is 100 grams. So this will make me a pair of socks. So I got this one, which is like mostly pink with a little bit of a slightly lighter pink and a purple and kind of a celery green stripe in it. That's a nice mix of everything right there. And this is Cotton Candy, the Cotton Candy colorway. So I really like these. This is 75 wool, 25 nylon, which I thought was nice. Then I got another ball of Sock Ease. This is the Toffee colorway, and it is mostly brown with kind of an army green and an orange and a white and a golden yellow little stripe in it. So I'm assuming that this will be self-striping, but it might be variegated. The stripes are very long, so we'll see. I could probably find pictures online, but I'll just be surprised. It'll be fun. So I got those. Guys, I have got, so I'm gonna be able to make some socks this year. Probably not gonna be able to work through all that, but oh, come on. A very unstable situation happening here. Stay. And you, well, we'll just go back here. That'll be fine. We'll double layer it. Then I got one last bit of Sock Ease in, I'm sure this is just like cream or something, marshmallow colorway. I got two of these, and the reason why is because one of my Make 9 items was to knit colorwork socks. So I figured no matter what yarn I chose, that seemed like a pretty decent, you know, background color. So got a couple of these. So yeah, should be a lot of fun. Should be a nice socky year. Yay! And then since everything was crazy on sale, I picked up a ball of this scarfy yarn because I think it's nice and soft. I really liked making my sister's bobby hat out of it for Christmas. And the kids' school colors are purple and gold. So I picked this up thinking, oh yeah, that's gonna make a really nice hat for the auction next fall. And maybe even just for my daughter to wear, because there's probably enough for 2 hats here, especially if I do some color work. And my mom got me this sweater for Christmas. Something, and I absolutely love it, something that really kind of inspired me about it is if you look at it, there's this gold metallic, right? And then this is like regular yarn. Obviously, this is kind of like fuzzy, like chenille type yarn. And then there's this chenille yarn. I don't know if, yeah. You can see it's even kind of like poofy a little bit. And it shows up better in real life, but the camera's kind of blowing it out a little bit. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I was like, I want to try that. I want to try mixing textures and color work. I think that would be fun. So I decided to get a ball of Lion Brand Homespun. And there's a slight bit of kind of color change in it. Some of it has a little bit more blue, some of it's a little pinkier, but it's pretty, like I don't think it's gonna look variegated or anything. So I thought that was nice. This is Petunia Stripes, Lion Brand Homespun. And these are the same weight, but obviously 2 totally different textures. I'm super excited to play with this and see how it goes. This will probably be the main color, and then this will be the color work. And I was kind of thinking of, yeah, just doing like a chevron across, like the middle of the hat, because the town is called Winslow, so the chevron would kind of look like little W's. Thought that'd be cute. And also probably be pretty unisex. So I could even do like 2 of the same, and whether somebody with a boy or a girl wants to bid on it, then either way, you know, it'll be good. So I'm kind of excited. I can't wait to play. So there's that, which I will put in my bulky cubby. And then my beautiful friend Mariah, a lovely dyer, who owns Beauty Mark Yarn. I actually watched her dye, I think I watched her dye some of this yarn on a live knit night that we did, which I do host live knit nights every Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern time on the Zoom app. And it's a lot of fun. We just kind of sit and chat and knit, and sometimes we drink. So it's a good time, and you should join us. All the information is in the link on my Instagram profile, and I might, if I haven't already, I might throw it in the description box below as well. So anyway, she had some DK weight, which if you recall, when I was kind of taking inventory of what I have and like what weights of yarn I'm kind of lacking in, DK weight was one that I felt like I could use some more of. Also sport weight, but But anyway, so I saw that these were on a DK base, and I was like, man, really like those, and if I get 4, I can probably make some sort of DK weight sweater. So I really, 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 really like these together. So this one is, it's 100% superwash merino, 3-ply, and the colorway is Fresh to Death, which I like. She always comes up with such fun names. And it's just a really pretty, kind of on the greener side of turquoise. It's showing up kind of blue on camera, but it is, it's pretty green. Can't think of a better word than turquoise to describe it. Let's see. And it's got some blue tonality to it, like more of a navy blue, I guess, and navy blue speckles. Yeah, right there you can see the navy blue speckles pretty well. And then this one is called Flirtation. So fun story about this. She had posted a picture of it while it was still dying on her Instagram stories, and I messaged her and I was like, I am sexually attracted to those speckles. So she named it Flirtation because I felt like the speckles were flirting with me. So this is kind of like a cream, like undyed base, heavily speckled with turquoise and like hot pink and some brown and mauve, and yeah, I love it. Look, that's a really good kind of grab of all the colors that are in it. I just love it. I love it so much. Can't stand it. Look at that. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to make with this, but I do know that I love it so much. So that's going to go in my DK weight. I did move all my cotton down here because I needed, like, this is all utilitarian cotton, and then this is my garment cotton. I have a problem. That's why I'm on a yarn diet this year. Okay, then I have one last thing, which I will try not to cry while I present it to you. There is a lovely dyer who I followed for a really long time and lusted after her yarns like intensely, but never got around to purchasing. Her shop is called Songbird Fibers, and she uses Canadian birds as the inspiration for her colorways. So, or maybe just North American birds. I think it's North American birds. My brother, gosh, I don't remember how many years ago it's been now, maybe 4 years, he lost his son, who was born prematurely. His mom had preeclampsia and had to give an emergency, had to get an emergency C-section, and I don't remember how old he was, but it was like right on the borderline of babies this age have a really low survival rate, and he actually was pulling through. He was getting to the stage where basically he just had to gain enough weight to where they were ready to let him go and pass the car seat test and all that, you know, NICU stuff. And then out of nowhere, he got a staph infection and very, very quickly passed away. So quickly that from the time my brother heard he was sick till the time he got in his car and raced up there, he was gone. And so my brother has always associated the American kestrel with his baby boy because he was, you know, the tiniest little NICU baby, and the American kestrel is the smallest falcon in North America. So he's gonna get like an American Kestrel tattoo and everything. And one day I was just scrolling through Instagram and found this colorway called American Kestrel. And I said, this has been like beginning of last year. I was like, you know, one day I'm gonna buy that yarn and I'm gonna make a hat for my brother, or make something for my brother, but probably a hat. And so, I don't know, like a month ago or so, I saw that she was having a giveaway. And one of the 5 skeins, and one of the colorways was American Kestrel. So I commented, I said, this has been on my list to buy for such a long time. I absolutely adore all your work, but here's the story of why I love the American Kestrel colorway so much. And, you know, one day I'm gonna make a hat for my brother out of that yarn. And I'm pretty sure she picked the winners randomly, but just by chance, she chose me. And I cried. I cried a lot, and I'm very excited to have all 5 of these skeins, but obviously in particular the American Kestrel colorway, so I will show that one first. It's this beautiful navy blue that kind of brightens up just a little bit in some places. A gorgeous orange yellow, golden orangey yellow, a nice taupe, and then some black speckles. And here is the photo of the American Kestrel that is on the ball band, skein band, whatever. This is on her 100% superwash merino worsted base. I'm not sure if she intended to send a worsted skein to begin with, or if she sent worsted specifically because she knew it was going to be for a hat, but all of the other skeins are fingering weight, and this is worsted, which I'm not complaining at all. Faster hat. And since I know my brother does not watch the podcast, I will go ahead and confide in my lovely viewers that most likely there's going to be enough left over for a little baby hat. So I'm going to knit a baby hat as well to give to him when I give this, when I give him his hat. So I am going to be going back up to visit my family again on the 11th for my mom's 50th birthday. It's going to be a very huge party night because my family loves to party. But somewhere in there I will find the time to give my brother his 2 hats. And I will get some pictures of them because obviously I won't be podcasting again before then. And probably get a picture of him in his hat, which will be really nice. I don't think I'll record his reaction just because I have a feeling it's going to be a bit personal with the baby hat in it and everything, but I will definitely grab a picture of him in his hat. So, and it'll just be a vanilla, you know, ribbing, stockinette, decreases, boom, there you go. So yes, so oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. After I finish the moccasins, this is next for the baby's room. So, then the other 4 skeins that I got are all incredible. Very, very, very excited about this. Okay, so this is her Purple Martin colorway. So it's got the bird on it and then the actual yarn. So it's a kind of tonal purple. It's got some really pretty kind of mauvey bits in there. And then a blue purple and more of a red, fuchsia purple. Just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I love this so much. This would be... I've got color work on the brain. Like, I just talked about how much I really did not like knitting that yoke. And I'm already like, this would be such a pretty main color for some color work. There you go. Or any. Like, this would be nice for color work is what I'm trying to say. So, the next one that I got is Stellar's J. So it's, this looks black. It's actually like a super duper dark brown. And then like royal blue and more of a light blue and a little bit of gray in there. Super dark gray. It's so pretty. So pretty, I like it. So there's that one. Then I got Anna's Hummingbird. So she's super pretty. Got lots of like, woo, that's pink. And it's on a stellina base as well. Then there's some brown in there and tan here. And then this really pretty tonally swath of green. So I would have to unskein it. I might just do that. I don't know. No, I won't. They're so densely skeined and nice. I don't want to. I suck at rescanning yarn, like rewinding yarn, so I'm not going to do it. But I have a feeling that these would make good socks. Just because of the amount of green I see, I have a feeling it would micro stripe really nicely. So one of these days I might check that out and see what I think. The last skein is a tonal. I have a feeling she so makes these for like heels, toes, and cuffs and that, and like brim on a hat and that kind of thing. So this is the Wind colorway, and it's just what does she call it? Songbird Solids, and it's actually quite tonal, but you know, it's solid enough. So it's just a really pretty slightly blue gray on her regular sock base, which is 80/20. And all three of those were on a regular sock. This one is on Sparkle, which is 84 superwash merino, 16% gold stellina. So there is no nylon in this one. Okay. So that's all of my acquisitions. No, it's not either. I have more. Just a little bit more while I fall over. I gotta squeeze all these in here. Oh my gosh. This poor shelf. You didn't ask for this, did you, Calax? You did not ask for this, and I'm just putting you through the ringer here. I'm trying to feel for weak spots. Trying to see where I can slide one in or two. Oh, look, right there. Yeah. Get in there. I got one more I gotta find a spot for. Here? I don't know. This is what you guys all watch my podcast just to watch me put up yarn, right? Who doesn't love a good yarn organization podcast? Oh, I did it. We can skip right to 2020. I achieved all of my goals. Stay. All right. So I got just a tiny bit more, some notions. So, Michael's was also having a big sale on all their jewelry. And jewelry sale does not mean jewelry sale to me. It means progress keeper sale. Yay. So, I got this cutie pie. A little party llama. Everybody needs a little party llama. So he's super cute. Forget how much these were like super cheap. Seriously, like $2 or something. I'll show you that one last because it's so me. Here. Yeah. I'm going to grab something to demonstrate this one for you. Okay, so this one, ooh, come on now. This one is a little locket. It looks like a little heart. locket. And so I thought, how cool would it be? It opens. How cool would it be to use that as a progress keeper, but then also keep a couple of stitch markers in it? Just close her up, and maybe not. I haven't tried to put stitch markers in it yet, so. I have smaller ones though. But yeah, I won't close around those, but I have smaller ones. It would work. These are kind of big. But anyway, that was my idea anyway. And even if I don't use it for that, it's still super cute and I like it. It would be cute on a pair of socks around like Valentine's Day. Or if I was making them for my husband, put a little heart on it. But anyway, so there's that. Now I gotta poke those there real quick. The last progress keepers that I got. So my nipple tassel that I had on my blanket, it's really big. And I knew that everybody would be so disappointed if I showed you things from now on and it didn't have a nipple tassel on it. So I got some more manageable nipple tassels. Now, as I pointed out to my mother-in-law, these are quite fancy. These are like dress nipple tassels, okay? These are like, you know, going out to a nice restaurant nipple tassels. So they're gonna be really good for my nice sweaters that I'm knitting. You know, a little fancier than your lounging around the house nipple tassels. So I got these. So these will be on my sweater next time you see them. These are gonna be my fancy nipple tassels. Nipple tassel, nipple tassel, nipple tassel. Blah, blah, blah. Guys, like peak obnoxiousness this week. I've been like holding it in. This is why I need to make sure I podcast every 2 weeks, because a month worth of Dearyg is a whole bunch of Dearyg. Yeah, even well, having been around my family, I was gonna say even after being around my family and getting some of it out, but really they're just enablers. So if anything, there's more of it than usual. So the actual very last thing is this neato box right here, and I haven't opened it yet. Let me see if I can open it really quickly. I was super excited about it because at one point I had bought this tiny little plastic tackle box doohickey at a garage sale that was really, really dirty, but was like 25 cents for my stitch markers. But I got the bright idea to wash it in the dishwasher instead of washing it by hand, because were just so many tiny little sharp corners and stuff. I was like, the dishwasher is going to get this cleaner than I ever could, so whatever. And I threw it in the dishwasher, and the lid kind of warped slightly, so it still closes and everything, but it doesn't sit flat on the divisions, so everything just kind of like flops around. If it gets flipped over at all, everything just is completely disorganized. So I've been muddling through with that since the beginning of, since late spring, and I was over it. So I bought myself a new box. It was on sale, so there you go. So it's got long divisions on this. Let's see if you can tell. Yeah, long divisions on this side, which I thought would be nice for like cable needles and darning needles and that kind of thing. I have the hiccups really bad today. Close. Thank you. And then this side has some smaller divisions and also a couple of large divisions. So I thought the big ones would be nice for my progress keepers that are a little longer, and then these small ones would be good for my smaller stitch markers. So I'm super excited that I'm actually gonna be able to, you know, keep things properly organized and, you know, like carry this in a bag and not have it all be in this one by the time I get to where I'm going. Oh, it's gonna be nice organization. So that is that. Now, I do need to draw the winners for the Make 9 Along that we did. However, totally did not bring an iPad down here. So what I'm going to do is put that on Instagram. And I have, from the lovely Shauna Knits, who owns Bean and Bam hand-dyed yarn, I have a skein of yarn coming, and from the south of home, I have 2 project bags coming, and then I have my skein of Dirty Beach on her Lurex base from Shipwrecked Sheep. This in a bag and the other skein of yarn in a bag will be going out. I will post pictures of those along with their winners as soon as I get the rest of the prizes in the mail. But officially, the Make 9 Along for 2018 is closed, and the Make 9 Along for 2019 is open! I decided to do it again, and this time we will have the whole year, so hopefully lots more projects and chances to win will be in there. So I'm super duper excited. If you are interested in joining the Make 9 Along for 2019, it's just hashtag Make 9 Along 2019. And I'm already started on my Birkin. So that will be my colorwork yoke. Crossed off the list, and yeah, I'll knit my husband a pair of socks sometime soon, probably. So that'll be another one off the list, and I just can't wait to get all that stuff done. I am very optimistic. I'm not like a huge resolution maker because, as I've mentioned before, writing things down that I'm going to do is basically writing things down that I'm not gonna do. But I tried to keep my Make 9 vague enough that even if I hadn't made a Make 9, probably that's what I would have made. And I did not pick specific patterns because last year there were a few patterns that I was like, oh, I want that. But what I didn't necessarily want that specific thing. Just like, I like that sweater because it has drop shoulders. Well, I ended up knitting a different drop shoulder sweater. So I tried to keep that in mind. Like, what do I want? I don't need this specific pattern. This is what I like about that pattern. So at some point during the year, I'm going to knit a pattern with that component or that, you know, whatever. So, yeah. Definitely going to try to focus on colorwork some more this year. I'm hoping to knit an RBG sweater, a Descent cardigan, an Okiello sweater. So that's 3 colorwork sweaters, one of which is steeked. I'm really hoping I can get my friend Angie from the Knitter Next Door podcast in on the Descent cardigan with me because she's never steeked before, and so she's got to try it. And everybody needs to hound Mariah about, she's never knit a garment. She's such a brilliant knitter. I'm like, how have you never knit a garment? So the Weekender is such a perfect beginner garment. You don't have to, I did not do the tubular cast on, by the way. I did my favorite German twisted cast on. I know how to do a tubular cast on. I've done it. I didn't feel like doing it again. I'm like, that's checked off the list. I'm just gonna do what I like, and what I like is a good old-fashioned German twisted cast on. So there you go. I did consider an alternating cable cast on, which looks really nice and pretty, and actually it's not quite as seamless as a tubular cast on, but it does accordion up nicely the way you would like it. It's in pattern, so you know it follows that really nicely. But German twisted is so fast and easy, and I'm impatient, so there you go. That's what I did. But yes, so I really want Mariah to hop on that Weekender wagon with me, and I really want Angie to do a Descent cardigan with me, maybe even a cow. we'll see. She doesn't like to commit to things. And I overcommit to things, so we just make a pair. We're quite a good little team. But anyway, yeah. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to a new year, and I'm looking forward to gosh, I'm gonna have, it's not till May. It's May. Of my 1-year podcast anniversary. But I'm already looking forward to that. I've topped 100 subscribers. Hopefully, see, I thought we couldn't make it by my birthday. Now I'm thinking we need to get to 200 by my birthday. Do you think we can? If we do, I'm definitely gonna have like a blowout giveaway. Like, I'm gonna make it rain, guys. So I'm just saying, 200 by February 8th. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Help me out. I think I hear the baby, and my husband is home, but I'm going to wrap this up. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again very soon. You are all dear to me. Happy New Year. Bye.